Coming up on the Met Report, women's soccer takes on the Regis Rangers in the RMAC tournament.
New smoking regulations are coming to campus. We'll tell you what to expect.
I'm not going to sit down 5 minutes and smoke a cigarette.
And an outbreak of E. coli has prompted the closure of all Chipotle restaurants in 2 states. Find out where. All this and more on the Met Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Miranda McHodgkins.
And I'm Anthony Rodriguez. The RTD Eco Pass comes in handy for those who commute to campus via bus or light rail. The RTD Board of Directors voted in May to increase fares by 15%. Despite this, faculty and staff will be able to keep the pass at the current rate of $25 per month through 2016, where the fares will be reevaluated.
The spring semester is quickly approaching, and that means registration is here. Junior and senior registration has already begun, while sophomore registration starts today. Registration on Monday with current applicants following on Wednesday.
Students on campus will see a change in smoking regulations come January. Miranda McHodgkins has the story.
Cigarettes, e-cigs, vapes, and cigars are some of the ways students smoke on campus.
There's no smoking of marijuana anywhere on the campus, indoors or outdoors, and currently you can't smoke within 25 feet of any entrance to a building.
But that'll soon change. Beginning January 2016, smoking regulations will become stricter.
The new policy is a lot like the old policy in that you still can't smoke marijuana and e-cigarettes are still treated the same as normal cigarettes. The policy is now just extended throughout the campus with the exception of 9 designated smoking areas. The ashtrays will be moved from, outside of doors.
The smoking zones were designed to be easily reachable, but out of the way of transit areas. Students have mixed opinions about the smoking zones.
It doesn't bother me. I've never smoked around kids, for instance, and so I realized that there's some sort of like social premise that you have to follow.
I got 15 minutes to go from one class to another, so I'm not going to sit down 5 minutes and smoke a cigarette.
For more information on the new regulations, students can go to AHEC's website.
You'll see a summary of the smoking policy. You can actually click to see the real smoking policy through there, and you can click to see a map of the smoking zones.
For the Met Report, Miranda McHodgkins.
A new student organization wants to reinvigorate the tradition of having cultural hubs on a 9th Street park. Casa Mayan for Auraria Student Action launched with a meet and greet party called Mi Casa Tu Casa. They want to honor families displaced from the old Auraria neighborhood by activating the old Casa Mayan house as a museum and a space for cultural expression. There is currently a student art exhibit for Dia de los Muertos.
Some of the events that we are planning to coordinate is events about the gentrification happening in Colorado, also about race issues, intersectionality, and also talking about the history, the rich history that was here once in Auraria.
Yoga has been rising in popularity here in Denver. Our reporter Avery Anderson has the scoop on a local studio.
Do you ever get stressed out, tired, or just need to take a break from the chaos of life? Then yoga might be a good choice for you. Here at the Bhavana Collective, founder and owner Tanya Crosby strives to provide easy access to yoga and life therapy here in Denver.
We have this really great program. It's called the Community Scholarship Program, where folks who practice here who can't afford to practice at those higher rates pay our normal rates, but then donate to our Community Scholarship Program what they would have spent normally, and that goes into a pot, and then I give out free yoga across the city.
Ms. Crosby graduated from MSU with one of the first independent study degrees in global humanitarian affairs with an emphasis in women's studies.
I know that a lot of the folks practicing at the Metro campus are continuing education, a lot of adults who are learning there, but I think when we think about the way that yoga can help people when they're trying to get an education is that it essentially helps you to clear the mind. The yoga market and the yoga landscape here in Denver was really blowing up, but it was really headed towards this more kind of middle class to upper middle class market, and I have this soft spot for social justice, and so opening a studio primarily in an underserved neighborhood where I could do my best to bring yoga and wellness to folks who don't have access to those studios and those spaces was really important to me.
I was able to stop by and get a nice calming yoga session with Tanya herself. For more information, check out their website at Bhavana Collective or like and follow them on Facebook. For the Met Report, Avery Anderson.
Dia de los Muertos is a tradition of remembering loved ones who are no longer with us. Students on campus were able to witness and celebrate this holiday. The event held at St. Cajetan's included several activities such as face painting, sugar skull making, and a friend us, which were shown. Several special guests attended this event and gave us some background of this holiday and why it is celebrated, Virginia Castro being one of them.
Dia de los Muertos, which some people start celebrating at the end of October, and a lot of people think it's like Halloween, but we don't, because what we're doing is honoring our loved ones who have gone before us, and it's an appropriate place also to remember wonderful places that no longer exist, and Casa Mayan and the community that all these people were removed from.
Well, Anthony actually registered for his last semester, which is crazy. How do you feel about almost being done with college?
I mean, I've been here since 2012, so it's been quite some time, and I'm excited. I mean, I loved it in my time at MSU Denver, but it's time to move on.
Well, that's great. Now joining us for weather is Josh Cozart.
Anthony, we're going to miss you. Well, temperatures right now, they're pretty nice out there, 44 degrees, but a little bit on the chilly side compared to what we've seen for the majority of our fall season. And the clouds are starting to make their way out. 45 degrees by the 1 o'clock period, and then we'll quickly start to cool off as the sun now goes down at 5 o'clock p.m. So then we get below freezing at the 9 o'clock period. Our averages for this time of year, 57 degrees for us, so we're actually under our average temperature for this time of year, and then our low is at 29 degrees. Now our average snowfall for this time of year usually happens, well, we had our first snow November 5th, we got an inch of snow, and then last year we saw our first snow on November 11th. I'll have your detailed forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. Coming up after the break,
A college professor gets busted for trying to save students some money.
And coming up later in sports, both men and women's soccer played in the RMAC tournament this week. Stay tuned to see if they were able to advance or if their season came to an end. We'll be right back.
welcome back. An outbreak of E. coli has closed all Chipotle restaurants in 2 states. Reports surfaced this week that many people who hadn't eaten at the restaurants in Washington and Oregon were showing symptoms of the disease. Officials believe that local produce used in those chains may be the cause of the outbreak. The restaurants will remain closed until they can ensure the produce is safe.
Unmanned aircrafts, or UAVs, are rising in popularity, but what risks do they pose to the public? Belen Ward has more.
The FAA reports there has been 700 close calls this year of unmanned aircrafts, UAVs, nearly colliding with planes and helicopters. The FAA announced in a press conference on October 19th enforcing new rules.
The details of this new registration system will be developed by a task force consisting of government, leaders, and a diverse group of stakeholders who will work on a tight deadline to get this work done. It's really hard to follow rules if you don't know what the rules are, or that the rules apply to you. And so registration gives operators the opportunity to learn the airspace rules before they fly and enjoy their devices safely.
There has been concern of low-altitude aircrafts colliding with UAVs since they are sharing the same airspace from 0 to 400 feet. Low-altitude aircrafts are the crop dusters, firefighter air tankers, medical helicopters, and power line maintenance operators.
There's many dangers with UAVs, especially with the ones that are flying near airports. They can be used maliciously. Essentially, they can be used as faceless assassins.
The FAA Administrator, Michael Weta, announced who will sit on the task force to determine the parameters for all drone registration. The task force will include representatives from various federal agencies, including NASA, the Defense Department, Homeland Security, and major retailers, including Best Buy, Walmart, and Amazon. The recommendations will be due by November 20th, with implementation by mid-December. The Consumer Electronics Association estimates hobbyists will purchase more than 700,000 UAVs in the United States this year. For the Met Report, Belen Ward.
A sign from the Black Lives Matter movement was hit with an apparent paint bomb. The incident happened Sunday night at the First Unitarian Society of Denver. A representative of the church believes that the individual was targeting the word black, which took the brunt of the paint.
We all know buying textbooks can be expensive. One math teacher looking to save his students some money now has added problems to solve. The Cal State Associate Math professor advised his students to get 2 textbooks costing $75. However, the university blocked that option, insisting he use a single textbook costing $180. The professor has since challenged the school's ruling.
Seattle is bursting the bubble on one of its biggest tourist attractions. The famous gum wall at Pike Place Market will be undergoing a cleanup to help preserve the historic buildings in the market district. The company cleaning the wall estimates 1 million pieces of gum are stuck on the walls, and in some places the gum may be 6 inches thick. A high-powered steam engine will melt the gum off the brick where it will be collected. Despite all of this, the city expects gum to return once the cleanup is complete.
Nintendo announced its first mobile game, Mitomo. The game was announced during an investors meeting in Tokyo earlier this week. While details are unclear of the game, it seems to rely on social interaction similar to the 3DS life simulator Tomodachi Life. Nintendo plans to open a cloud-based sharing system to transfer data between mobile devices and consoles. The game is expected to release in March of next year, with 4 more following by mid-2017.
Well, we got mostly rain down low this week. The mountains received decent snow just in time for ski resort opening days. Keystone fired up lifts today for the season. Copper and Breck plan to follow suit next Friday, while Winter Park, Vail, and Eldora have opening dates set for later this month. For a full list of ski resort opening dates, visit our website at mymetmedia.com.
Yeah, the ski resorts are getting a lot of snow up there. Absolutely beautiful for them. Now, tomorrow morning, if you're heading out the door, things will be chilly in the mountains. But for here, 37 degrees, and we'll see plenty of sunshine. Winds out of the south-southwest, so very calm winds. Tomorrow afternoon, the sunshine continues with a high of 55 degrees, and our winds out of the direct south, and that's what's really going to help us warm up to that 55-degree range. Now, Sunday morning, we do warm up to 61 degrees, and it is going to be a beautiful weekend. Plenty of sunshine out there for us, and winds out of the northwest. Our low, 30 degrees for your Sunday night. Now, for Saturday, we got really nice temperatures out there. 50s through the majority of the metro area, except for Conifer and Evergreen. You guys will be in the 40s. Sunday temperatures are going to warm up across the metro area. Denver at 61, Thornton at 60. Lone Tree, you'll be at 63 degrees. Now for our Saturday, if you're traveling anywhere, if you head to the south, we have a lot of rain down there. Texas has just been swamped with the precipitation this fall, and that's all caused by this huge cold front that's been sweeping through the area. But look over us, we have high pressure, and that's going to dry us out and warm us up. Sunday, high pressure sticks around over the Denver area and pretty much most of the United States, keeping us very dry and seasonably warm. Now for our rest of our week, really nice temperatures. Monday at 63, but take a look at Wednesday, 46 degrees. Again, another chance for maybe a snow shower mixed in with a little bit of rain, but then Friday we get back up to the 50s. Now, if you have some beautiful photos, please send them our way. This one from Leah in Wash Park, absolutely beautiful trees out there. Fall colors really doing their best. Snow kind of knocked a few of them out. This one is at Auraria campus. I love the contrast between the blue sky, the yellow tree, and the red bushes. Absolutely beautiful. This one I took out of my front yard, actually. So places did see some snow showers on Thursday. So really kind of a change in seasons. If you have an awesome photo that you'd like us to see and share with our viewers, send it to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page. We would absolutely love to see it and share it. It's always a beautiful time of year when you get to share these beautiful photos.
Yes, beautiful pictures. I love seeing all of those.
Yeah, I know. And we were talking yesterday, I love that chill. It's coming in, but you don't like it.
No, I'm more of a summer type of person, but you know, it's winter. It's coming.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Josh. When we come back, Tomas Lopez has a look at this week's entertainment news. Lopez.
What's up, guys? I'm Tomas Lopez, and as always, I've got a crazy entertainment segment for you. From Lady Gaga realness to H&M Balmain madness, November is off to one hot, wild start. eMet Top 5 will be up for you reviewing on our pleasure on mymetmedia.com, so be sure to check it out. And in case you don't know, the box offices right now are wildin' out. So kick back, relax, crack a brew, and check out this week's must-sees.
You had no authority. None. Mexico City. What were you doing there?
I was taking some overdue holiday.
The new 007 trailer has audiences shaken and stirred with excitement. Daniel Craig has a sleek return in the Bond film Spectre. This time, James infiltrates a rogue organization called, you guessed it, Spectre. With the help of more lovely Bond girls played by Léa Seydoux and Monica Bellucci, Bond discovers a disturbing connection between him and the head of Spectre, played by a man who is so good at playing the bad guy, Christoph Waltz. This is the last Bond role Daniel will play after in a recent interview he revealed he'd rather break a glass and slit his wrist than be in another Bond film. Nice. Must be getting tired of all that product placement and unwanted sexual contact. Nevertheless, watch Craig go out with a bang in a theater near you.
Next deal's gonna make you the highest paid writer in Hollywood. Where do I sign?
It's nice to see Bryan Cranston not bald and making special blue stuff in a meth lab. In fact, he takes quite the heel turn in his new role as Donald Trumbo, one of Hollywood's best screenwriters and notorious blacklisters, after speculation of him being a member of the Communist Party. This biopic takes you back to the classic times of Hollywood with a brilliant cast such as Louis C.K., Helen Mirren, John Goodman, and Diane Lane.
Have to say everything like it's going to be chiseled into a rock.
Whisper. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to see the next 007.
Absolutely. I mean, Daniel Craig's last one, I'm excited to see who's going to be the next one. I mean, Sean Connery's always the best, but we'll see if someone can top him.
Sean Connery
exactly.
will never be replaced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. Sports is next. Now joining us for sports is Celeste Zubia.
Well, there's no doubt that MSU Denver's volleyball team has been on absolute fire lately. After a slow start to the season, they were able to turn things around and leave their mark out here in the Mile High City. After all, you need to walk before you can fly, right? These ladies were able to get not one, but 2 wins this weekend. Last Friday, they took on Regis University on senior night at the Rory Event Center. The seniors came into the game making statements. Senior Summer Gregor led the team with 15 kills and senior Kylie Hahn had 13 digs on the night. But not so fast. We can't forget about Brandy Torr, who was named RMAC Setter of the Week for the 2nd time this season. She had 36 assists in the team's 3-1 victory. With numbers like these being put up, I'm sorry Rangers, but there is just no chance. It is no surprise that these ladies could be participating in the RMAC tournament. Excuse me, I'm getting just a little carried away. Let's get through the rest of the regular season games and then we'll talk about a tournament. MSU Denver is on the road this weekend, but come check them out next Wednesday at the Rory Event Center at 7 p.m. This past Wednesday, men's soccer hosted Fort Lewis in the quarterfinals for the RMAC tournament. Fort Lewis left the Regency Athletics Complex with an upset under their belts, and oh, what an upset it was for our Roadrunners. Fort Lewis was able to score 2 goals in the first half and 1 more early in the second, beating the Roadrunners 3-0. Unfortunately, this game was do or die and MSU Denver fell short. With many goal attempts that barely missed the net, it was just an unlucky game for the Roadrunners finished the season with 13 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties. Such a sad ending to such a great season, but good thing there's always next year. Now that we're on the topic of MSU Denver soccer, the Lady Roadrunners also played in the RMAC tournament on Wednesday, but that game had a different and much better outcome. MSU Denver took on Regis at their place, and trust me, the cold was not going to stop them. Starting the game with some tough D was goalkeeper Brianna Rosales, who was able to block not 1, but 3 goal attempts by the Rangers. Jumping or diving, you name it, Rosales was doing it. Then, our very own RMAC Freshman of the Year and First Team All-Conference, Raina Banks, scores the first goal of the game. And just when Regis thought they were going to tie it up, Rosales says, nope, I don't think so. And to keep things rolling smooth, Lauren Kaufman comes from way back, making that MSU Denver 2 and Rangers 0. Then comes Mackenzie Reber with the perfect assist to Alice Bernard, who then jukes out her defender, and yes, we got another goal. MSU Denver advances to the semifinals with their 3-0 victory over Regis, and we get to hear from Raina Banks herself.
Excited, I'm proud of my team, just excited, ready to go to the next round. I'm not really sure. The keeper tried to clear it, it just bounced to me, and she was out, so I was like, well, let's just take a chance, and went in, so give my team a little push, a little energy.
So guys, you know, MSU Denver women's, they made it to the second round, but unfortunately they played Mines this morning and they lost 2-1.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's too
well,
bad.
they lost, and then men's soccer lost. Volleyball's still going, and basketball gets underway tonight.
Exactly. So, you know, Metro State sports are going to continue being great, so should be a good basketball season.
That's right. All right, well, that does it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Josh Cozart, Tomas Lopez, Celeste Zubia, Miranda McHodgkins, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Anthony Rodriguez.
And don't forget to check us out on mymetmedia.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Met Report. We'll see you on campus.